perspective. For all y'all enjoyment, a song y'all can step with.
Hey, he was one of the best to ever do it. I don't care what anybody says. I used to listen to Nas every single day. Let's wait until a couple of people get on here. I just got a couple of words before I get into my next appointment. Had a couple of things that I wanted to discuss with you guys. Seda. Alright, so we're going to make this really, really quick this morning. Had a couple of things on my mind that I have to share with you. Heard a couple of things that really spoke to my spirit. And I think it's going to add some value in your life today. So the first thing that I want to discuss is there's a huge difference. Let me turn this down just a little bit more. Love Nazo. Okay. There's a huge difference between sacrifice and a temporary inconvenience. Because I get a lot of people that contact me all the time, and I see a lot of videos and I see a lot of memes as usual. You can scroll down your timeline on any Instagram day and you see a bunch of people talking about wealth, and you can have this, you can have that, you can have, the microwave success, go ahead and make $200, turn that into $1,000. First of all, it doesn't happen like that, all right? On the path that I'm on, how I even got to where I am right now, right? Where I'm grateful for where I am right now, but I'm nowhere near where I am about to be, all right? There were a lot of sacrifices that I must make. Maybe the sacrifice was, I'll give you a perfect example. At one point I said, I'm not going to play basketball again until I have at least $10,000 in my bank account that I don't need to touch, right? One of the sacrifices was I'm not going to join another league, which if you guys know me, I love basketball. I mean, that is my thing. That gives me life. At one time I said, you know what? I'm not going to buy another pair of Kyries until I have this amount in my savings, right? Right now, a lot of people ask me, hey, have you seen what Usain Bolt is doing, or however you pronounce his name? The great guy, right? Have you seen what the USA basketball team has been doing? Have you gotten a chance to check out this movie? Have you, seen this most recent current event that's going on in the world? And honestly, no, I don't even think I've sat through an entire USA basketball game. I haven't probably seen the most recent episode of Power. I don't know of any of these things that are going on right now. But on your way to your greatness, on your way to where you're looking to become, or who you're looking to become, and the endeavors that you have for your business or even professional life, there are quite a few things that you are going to have to give up. One of the main things is going to be your time. One of the main things is going to be money, right? I get a lot of people that say, hey, listen, Dame, I think you're materialistic. I think that, I don't need the Rolls Royces. I don't need the Benzes. I don't need, the beautiful homes. I don't need any of that stuff. I just want to be happy. Well, honestly, I don't necessarily need any of that either, but you've heard me talk about it before. My definitive purpose, what drives me every single day, is I want to positively impact the lives of over 100 million people. Through my voice, through my words, through sales consulting, through everything that I do. And guess what? That's going to take a lot of money, all right? At some point, it is going to be necessary for me to have a plane. Because guess what? There's going to be a seminar that I must do that may be across the country or across the world, and there may be an event that I have to get back to at my home in Miami, right? But that's going to happen. So my necessity at that time, my need at that time is going to be a private jet. So that's the secret that I really want to talk to you guys about today. Not only sacrificing who you are right now to who you can ultimately become, but also the secret of anything out here. I was listening to one of my mentors the other day, and he had a team of people on his call, and they said, what is the secret to your success? This gentleman makes a little over probably $3 million a month. I mean, just wealthy, just extremely wealthy. More than that, he's an incredible guy, a man of integrity, a man of belief. But he said, people contact me all the time and ask me that same question. They say, what led to your success? How did you get to where you're ultimately looking to be? And I think it's so funny that he said, my answer is probably cliche in a lot of the environments that they're in. They say, man, I've heard that all the time. But he's like, no, it's the truth. And guess what that thing is? It's his dream. Simple as that. It's his dream. It's that he builds that dream all the time. It's that he's experiencing his future all the time. He said that the present is boring to him because he's envisioned that for so long. He's been doing this process of dreaming and dream building for 25 years. Guys, we could go into some of the disempowering beliefs that we all have, being told no over and over and over and over and over and over and over growing up, being told that we weren't good enough growing up, being told that we can't have that growing up. I love my parents to life. I love them to life. But the other day I was speaking to my father, and nothing against him. He knows I love him to life. But, I was talking about going to see the movie, and one of the things he said back to me was, honestly, he said, honestly, I don't go see the movies at certain times. I have to go to the matinee. And I said, well, why? And he said, well, because the movies are too expensive. I love him. I love my father, but I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. There's a certain process of thought that your parents have given you, that the people that are influences in your life that have given you over time, that has determined your belief system and where you can go, right? That's in my point of view, that doesn't help me become a millionaire, right? If I feel like it's too expensive to do something, then I have a disempowering mindset towards wealth, if that makes sense. Again, disclaimer, I completely love my father, right? I'm gonna retire him very, very soon. So, but anyway, your dream is gonna be huge. We talk about it all the time. Your vision is what you have to start with. That desire, right? That desire is gonna be built through a difference. And I'm not going to go through the whole training right now, but the difference between needs and necessities, because I get a lot of people saying, hey, listen, I like those new cars. I like those new homes. I like those different things. But dude, my light bill is past due. My car note is past due. I'm barely surviving right now. First and foremost, one of my favorite pastors right now is Ivy Hilliard. Ivy Hilliard. Look him up. He talks a lot about faith. And it's so funny to me how believers, Christians, right, talk so much about faith, talk so much about how your words are so important, right? Out of the heart, the mouth speaks. But the minute they experience any type of difficulty, which we all do, I understand that as a human, you are a human being, you will experience that. But the minute that happens, there's doubt, there's frustration, there's anxiety, there's a lack of gratitude for what they currently have. And if I remember correctly, it says that the thing that pleases God is faith. The way to activate your faith is through your activity. So honestly, if you do have a job right now, awesome. Honestly, you should be extremely excited that you have a job when a lot of people don't. But what I would encourage you to do is start looking into your gift. Start looking at the unique things that you offer the world, because that's the only way you're going to go to the levels that you may think about, that you may dream about. Because guess what? There's no faith that's required to go work a job, right? They completely take that element away from you because they tell you when you're going to get paid. They tell you that you're going to get paid every week or every other week or once a month. They say to you, hey, we're going to pay you. But guess what? When you're in a commission-only environment, when you're an entrepreneur, that's why we work on the mindset so much. When you're an entrepreneur, there is an element of faith that you must have, that you must grow. So you want to know how to do that? Once again, I say it all the time, guys, you got a dream. All right. My dream is so big. And I didn't always think this way, but surrounding myself with the right people, reading the right information, right? Those are things you must do. I get a chance to go see my future almost every single day. I just spent a little over $50 on some magazines at Barnes & Nobles because I want to see every single day what God has for me. And guess what? If I read the word correctly, it says that the dream that he has for my life is way bigger than I could even imagine. So how dare my faith put a limitation on my God? Okay? So, with that said, I hope you guys are having an incredible day. Hopefully this added some value to you. A thing that I would like you to do right now, and my mentor taught me this, but it kind of gets the juices flowing. I talk to people all the time. I have them take at least 15 minutes to write down as many goals as they can. And it's almost disheartening to me, and just the reality of where we have come as a culture, when grown men take about 15 minutes and only end up with 15 dreams, only end up with 15 goals for their life. Because the reality has hit them, right? The reality is hit. The reality is sat in to say, you know what, I have a family now, so that dream, that's not realistic. You know what, I have obligations now, so yeah, I really wanted that back in the day, but I can't do that now. Listen, guys, you're never too old to dream. You're never too young to dream. All right. So take out a sheet of paper. I encourage you to get a journal. I spent about $20 on a really, really nice journal. It's a book that I'm going to keep with me for the rest of my life. I'm going to try to have a new one every single year. But in that, I just want you to start writing down all the dreams that you have. That dream that you had on the shelf that you haven't looked at for years. I want you to take a look at that thing. I want you to become a part of a profession or an industry that you're excited about. If you're not excited at your job right now, once again, be happy that you even have a job, right? But start writing down and thinking about how you would ultimately want to live your life, because if you do, you don't have to worry about the how, right? God has already taken care of that. Once you plant that seed of belief, once you plant that seed of expectation through looking at your goals, through reading them on a daily basis, there's going to be certain people that are going to come into your life. There's going to be certain events. There's going to be certain situations. There's going to be certain circumstances that will ultimately pull you, not push you, but pull you into the reality that you've dreamed for. So I'm excited about you guys. I'm excited about your faith, your belief. I'm excited about where you're going in your life. And as I always like to say, we will see you at the top, but not from the top, because you deserve the best. Have a great day, guys.